the preference assessment that I was talking to you about, we would do another one of those. And the one that he really wasn't interested in, maybe we would take that one out. So we put some more preferred items up and see what would be reinforcing at that time. A new focus that we could use. Maybe it would be a new video game or some kind of new treat. So that's how we would do that.
Okay. Here, I got probably like 4 more.
Okay.
Is giving my child a treat or toy every time they every time they do something good, the only way to reinforce behavior?
Say that again.
Okay, let me say it again. Is giving my child a treat or toy every time they do something good the only way to reinforce behavior?
So that's not the only way to reinforce behavior, but in this circumstance with what we're working on with Darius, we don't want to use this reinforcer or this method with other behaviors. We want to focus on the target behavior. So Darius's target behavior is the functional communication, which we're working on. So that means his goal is to be able to request those preferred items using full sentences. Okay. So right now, that's what we're working on. We don't want to throw a lot into the mix where we're reinforcing a lot of other behaviors. We want to try to focus on just this one right now.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So, how is reinforcement different from bribing my child?
How is reinforcement different from bribing your child? I can see how that might sound like bribery, but so the key difference with reinforcement is that we are reinforcing, we're giving something to the child when he does an appropriate behavior that we're wanting to see more of. So that's when you're bribing a child, you're probably maybe in the store and your child may be crying for candy, and then you're like, here, just have the candy. You're bribing them to shut them up. So you're giving them something for a behavior that you actually don't want to occur. Like, you don't want the crying to occur. You don't want him to get it because of that. So we're giving the reinforcement when we're seeing a behavior that is what we want, is the target behavior. So that's the difference.
Okay. Should I tell my child why they're getting a reward or just giving it to them?
Absolutely. So yeah, that's a big one. You definitely want to be able to acknowledge what it is your child has done so they can continue to do it. If you're just giving them candy or just giving them a break and they don't know why they've gotten that, then that's not going to reinforce the behavior. We want to see that behavior more. So if you are telling Darius, hey Darius, mommy's giving you a sucker right now because you got all 5 problems right, you didn't get out of your seat. That's going to reinforce him not getting out of his seat, making sure he works hard to get those problems right. So maybe mom will give me another sucker next time. Or, hey Darius, you used 2 complete sentences today, so you're going to get a bag of chips today for that. So you definitely want to let Darius know what it is he's done right, so that way he can say, hey, I need to do that again because mama gave me chips last time, or mama gave me a sucker last time. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you fade reinforcement so my child doesn't always expect a reward?
Yeah, so again, in the beginning, we are going to do it continuously, but after we see that he's grasped most of getting those full sentences out, then we're going to fade it out, which means that slowly the reinforcement won't be as often. And that's kind of what I talked about just a little bit earlier when I said intermittent. So it may go first from every time you're giving him a treat to reinforce the behavior to maybe he use a complete sentence and then you give them a reinforcer, but then the next time you don't. And then the next time after that, you do.